Today on Season of War, Joe's daughters of Khaine flood the battlefield with hordes of murderous zealots, while Jordan's Idoneth Deepkin return from the deeps with endless ranks of Namarti infantry. Krathusa the Croneseer heads a force of arena veterans whose prowess in battle grants elf units a 5-up ward save in combat before they've fought. 2 war machines have arrived to support the priestess, with the Slaughter Queen on Cauldron of Blood acting as a zealous orator and bearing the Khainite pendant, while the Blood-Rack Shrine brings a strong magical presence. Following their champions, 2 reinforced units of both Sisters of Slaughter and Witch Elves combine to make a fighting force of 80 strong, and 4 units of Khenerai Lifetakers bring a mobile skirmishing threat. Across the battlefield, an Eidolon of the Storm leads a Namarti Corps formation, granting the lowest caste of soulless elves the ability to re-roll runs and charges when near Achillean units. 2 Achillean kings lead a cadre of champions, which include an Isharan Soulscryer and an Icon of the Sea. Following their commanders, 2 squads of Namarti Reavers lead 2 reinforced units of Namarti Thralls, and 2 units of Ishlang Guard look to secure the flanks. These 2 forces will fight over the creeping corruption battle plan, which awards 5 points for holding 1 objective, 3 points for controlling at least 2, and 2 points for controlling more objectives than your opponent. The underdog will unlock the ability to either bolster casting, chanting, and unbinding rolls, or inflict D3 mortals to unsuspecting units. With these 2 forces ready to clash, let's head to the battlefield, for this is the Season of War.
This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
All right, Joe, so I'm excited for another game with the new Idoneth Deepkin, and want to give a big shout out to Games Workshop, who did provide us early access to the Battle Tome, so I want to make note of that. But I'm excited to get into the game and to have you down for another game.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We were here about a year and a half ago, and I happen to be in town this week. So yeah, I'm excited. I've started playing with Daughters of Khaine. Definitely a big brain army that I'm not used to, so we'll see if I can get it figured out. I've played a couple of games now, and it's starting to get better.
Nice. Well, starting things off, I did outdrop you here. We were both 3 drops, but I won the roll-off, so I will have choice. But just going over my battle tactics, I chose Scouting Force. So the first step on that is to have 3 units wholly outside of my territory. Then I also chose Attuned to Gairan for my second one, which is to have 2 units within 3 inches of the center of the battlefield and not in combat.
For mine, I also chose Scouting Force, so I need to have 3 friendly units wholly outside my territory. And then my other one was Wrathful Cycles, so for that one I have to control more objectives than you.
Awesome. Well, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to all our channel members who make all the content we do on the channel possible. We literally wouldn't be able to put out any content without their support. And then if you do want more content as well, you can support us through our channel membership. Does get you an extra battle report every week, and obviously, like I said, goes a long way to helping us keep producing content. But otherwise, Joe, just being the friendly host I am, having choice of first turn, I'm going to give it away. And we can jump into Daughters of Khaine turn 1.
All right, so starting off, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to activate the Place of Power, and I'm going to try on a 3-up to make this objective obscuring. It is.
And on my side, I'm going to activate the Place of Power with my Italian King for an Unbind.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start off with Steed of Shadows from the Blood-Rack Shrine here. Goes off with a 7.
I'll try to unbind that, and get a 9.
That's a new. All right. All right, so we're going to try to go for Mind Razor on the same Sisters of Slaughter from the Blood-Rack Shrine with a 7 as well. No, it's an 8. So Krathusa is going to pray. She's going to use the Universal Prayer to try to generate some ritual points. She gets 5, but she gets 6 because she gets +1 from the Cauldron of Blood. And I'm going to go ahead and she's going to try to go for Sacrament of Blood, and she's going to try to put it on this first unit of Sisters of Slaughter. We'll see if this super casts or not. Super praise. Oh, not on a 1. We're going to lose D3 ritual points. 4-2. And then from the Cauldron of Blood, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try the Martyr's Sacrifice, and we'll try it on this unit of Sisters of Slaughter right there. And it does go off on a 4. So if you do kill any of the ones in this unit in combat, I get to roll dice when they die, and on a 6 up, it puts a mortal damage back to you. And that is the end of my hero phase.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a command point here for magical intervention with my Soul Strider and try to summon the Incarnate of the Deep. Looking for a 9. That's a miscast. I'm gonna suffer 1 mortal wound.
All right, so move on to some movement. All right, so that's going to be it for my movement. The only shooting I have, I don't think is anywhere near close enough. It is definitely not. Actually, I can shoot at your terrain feature, so I might as well go ahead and try to open that up a little bit better. This is the Scourge of Gairan Bloodrack Shrine, so we get a pretty cool shooting ability. All hit, and we actually do have crit 2 hits, so we rolled 2 6s, so we'll get 2 extras in there, and 3s to wound. You have 4 saves at -2.
I do save 1.
All right, so it'll be a casual 9 damage.
All right, the boat's still floating.
Okay, so that'll be the end of my turn. I'll hold 1, 2, but not more. So holding 1, I'm going to get 5 points. Holding 2, I'm going to have an additional 3, but I don't hold more, so I won't score those extra 2. Right now, I'm a little bit worried. If I got that run and charge off, I probably would have thrown these sisters up there to hold you up a little bit. They're -1 to hit all the time in combat, so was really hoping I could maybe tie you up, but not getting that first spell off really didn't help. I'd really like to keep my castle kind of castled at for the moment, because right now anything wholly within 9 inches of the Cauldron of Blood gets +1 to save. So right now I'd rather stay a little bit defensive because I know you're coming in shortly, and I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, witches are not very fun to get hit back by either, so
yeah.
gotta do the dance a little bit. But we'll figure things out as we jump into Idoneth Deepkin turn 1. And into my turn, I'm going to start off by going for a spell with my Soul Strider again. He's going to try and summon the Incarnate of the Deep again. And we'll fail it on a 6. And then my only other hero face ability is to pick my tide, and I'm going to go for the Concealing Tide. So it's going to give me -1 hit for the battle round. Not really important, but it's just starting the Tides of the Sea set going forwards. And that'll be it for my hero phase.
All right, Krathuza gets D3 ritual points from one of her abilities. So we will get 3 ritual points, so that'll bring us up to a total of 7. And I will spend a command point, and with the Cauldron of Blood, we're going to go ahead and try to generate some ritual points as well. We're going to use the generic one. So that'll bring us to 2. That will be it for my reactions.
All right, then into movement. And I'll spend a command point to auto-run my Icon of the Sea, just so we can move 13 inches and get close to my king. And that's going to be my movement phase.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do a redeploy on Krathuza because you were just towed in to be able to shoot her, and I don't want her dying right away. We got a 6, so I'm going to go ahead and move her back a little bit here at least.
All right, then into shooting for me, and I'm going to go with my first unit of Reavers into your Sisters of Slaughter right in front of them. So we'll have 21 shots. That'll be 10 shots at Rend 1.
None. Half the unit. So we have a 6-up ward right now. All right, so we saved 2, so that will be 8.
And then next, I'm going to have the other unit of Reavers targeting your other unit of Sisters of Slaughter.
Very good.
And these ones will get 10 shots through as well.
All right, so we'll be on 5s this time. And then we have a 6-up ward, so 6 will go down.
And then into the charge phase, and my Icon of the Sea is going to give an extra dice, so a 3d6 charge to the Acalian King. It's got to be in its combat range. But I'll actually start off charging with the Ishlan Guard. They'll did a 6. And then the King makes a 7. And he will get to do impact mortals. So he'll do 3 mortal wounds when he hits, and that also gives him an extra rend on his weapon.
You know what? We're gonna go ahead and do it. I am gonna spend those last 2 CP and try for a little cheeky charge here. So I'm gonna try to charge these Sisters of Slaughter. See what happens. 9 should do it.
All right, I don't like that, but I am gonna start off combat with my Ishlan over into your Khaine, and I do have an extra rend on the riders because the King's in there. So we'll go with the riders first. That'll be 3 at rend 2 for just 1 damage each so far. And then the mounts for another 3 damage. So 6 damage total.
So that will be 3 dead.
The last Khaine tries to escape the Achillean king, but after dealing 1 wound to the hero, his reprisal takes her out. In the center, the Reavers bring down 5 Sisters of Slaughter, but lose a total of 7 archers in return.
And that's gonna wrap up the combat and everything for Deepkin turn 1. I am gonna score 10 points on primary here because I do hold 1, 2, and more, having just snaked over there for that objective. You did deny me one of my battle tactics though, because I decided to try and go for the Attune to Dairan, knowing I was getting a little closer than I'd like to, but 5 points on the board would have been a nice early lead, and I'm probably not going to have a better chance at it for a few turns at least as your castle moves up. But the counter charge denied me that since I was in combat, and you took a couple Reavers down as well. So no tactics there, Joe, and I will have a 2-point lead though, just because of that hold more.
Absolutely.
And we can look into Prio for round 2.
Sounds good. 3.
And a 3, you win ties.
I'll go ahead and take the turn.
All right, so let's jump into Daughters of Khaine turn 2.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and activate the twist. So this is the pulsing life energies. So I pick 1 objective I control. I'll pick this one here, and then 1 objective, whether I control it or not, I'll choose the one on the opposite side. Draw a line between them. I'm going to go ahead and choose propagation. So that's going to allow me to have +1 to chanting, casting, and banishment rolls. So that'll hit my Cauldron and my Blood-Rack Shrine.
And I am gonna activate one of the places of power with my Achillean King, so I'll have a second unbind.
So we'll go ahead and start with some spell casting. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Blood-Rack Shrine. And we're gonna go for Steed of Shadows, so that's the run and charge. Goes off on a 5, and I got an 8.
We'll try to unbind and we get a 9.
Oh, so good. All right, and the other one, we're gonna go ahead again and we're gonna go for Mind Razor on this unit of Sisters of Slaughter. And that goes off on an 8. 7 will not do it. Oh, actually that will do it because that is an 8 because I'm +1 right now from that thing.
So gonna try to unbind it. No, you got it.
All right, so it's +1 to rend, and if they charge, they get +1 to damage as well. Then we're gonna go ahead with the Cauldron of Blood. Where the Cauldron of Blood is gonna use its once per game plus D6 ritual points, and we're gonna use that on Khaine. So she's gonna get an additional 5, so she'll have 12 right now. And then she's going to go ahead and she's going to try to pray for the Sacrament of Blood. And she does get it, so that will go off with a 15. So since that went off with a 10 plus, this unit of Witch Elves is going to be affected as though they had all 5, in about around 5 of the blood rights. So they're gonna get +1 to runs, charges, hits, wounds, and an additional attack. So we're gonna go with Khaine and use her second prayer. We're gonna go for Blood Ritual. Oh, a 1 won't do it, and she doesn't have any ritual points to lose. So she will be done, and we'll go ahead with the Cauldron of Blood, and we're gonna pray with him. And we're gonna go for Martyr's Sacrifice, and that will be on this unit of Sisters of Slaughter. 6, 7, 8, so it does go off, and it does go off with the bonus. So that means now if you kill any of them, I roll 2 dice for mortal wounds back into you when they die. And then I'm going to spend a CP, and I'm going to rally those Sisters of Slaughter. So they are wholly within 12 inches of the Cauldron of Blood. So they are going to get +3 dice there for their rally roll. Plus they have a musician, so they'll get 10 dice total. Big money. So we got 4 back. And that is the end of my hero phase.
And I will again spend 1 command point for magical intervention with my Soul Scryer, and I'm going to try and summon the Incarnate again. That is a 9, not down to an 8, so it does go off, pending an unbind.
You are good.
All right, so we get the Incarnate out.
All right, so I'll go into some movement. All right, so that's the end of my movement. So we're gonna go ahead and go into shooting. So my Blood Shine, she's gonna shoot into your infantry. I'm actually gonna go ahead and all-out attack. 2s and 3s.
I do save one
nice.
of them.
3 damage. All right, so I'll go ahead and do some charges. I think I'm gonna start right here, see where they go. 6. All right, that'll be the end of my charges, Jordan. So I am going to pop their once per game, fight twice. And then the Cauldron of Blood is going to select this unit of Sisters of Slaughter. On a 3-up, they get +1 to their, they get an additional attack. They do not.
All right, then I'm gonna have my Tentacle try and stop the witches from using commands, which it does roll a 2-up, so over their health.
Very good.
So they can't use commands, and it'll get +1 to hit against them.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with the Sisters of Slaughter. Okay, so we have 12 total saves, no rend.
All right, into the Incarnate, we've got a 4-up save. So 10 damage, and we'll have a ward save. We won't ward any, but it does still live.
As the fighting continues, the daughters of Khaine bring down the Gloomtide shipwreck and most of the Reavers, while suffering only minimal casualties.
And then I'll go with my Incarnate of the Deep into your Sisters of Slaughter. So 6 attacks, 6 damage total.
6 damage, all right. And we have a 6-up ward because we fought already. So we save 1, so 5 go down. And because of the prayer that I have on them, we're gonna end up rolling 10 dice and 5-ups or mortal wounds back into you. 3.
All right, ward saves. No, we don't make any, so the Incarnate goes down.
Fighting again thanks to all-out slaughter, the Sisters of Slaughter bring down the Icon of the Sea and 4 thralls, then lose 8 sisters to their retaliation, but drag down another 8 thralls as they fall.
And then after they fight, I do get to do the 3-up, because this is the Scourge of Dairan War Scroll, and they do make that, so I'll get to make a normal move. And then I do have a couple units of Namarti in range of my Soul Render to try and bring some models back. I get 2 back. And then the Thralls, I'll get 3 back.
At the end of my turn, I'm gonna score 5 points for holding 1, an additional 3 points for scoring a second one, so I'll have another total of 8, but I still don't have more, so I will not create a full point, a 10-point turn quite yet.
Yeah, and still not quite there on the tactics, so that'll put you up to 16 points.
So the turn was not bad, actually, to be honest. I really didn't think it through, and I really wish I had capped one more objective. However, I gotta say, taking down your manifestation and your hero and a good chunk of the thralls wasn't terrible. I took down a nice chunk of the Reavers there as well. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit wide open here. I know you still have a king over there and some eels, and still have some eels on the back foot. So I don't feel too bad. I'm a little vulnerable where I kind of wish I wasn't, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I feel a big fight in the middle coming between all the elves, so let's just jump into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 2.
That's good.
All right, so into my turn, I'm gonna start off by spending a command point to rally my thralls. And I'm gonna get 5 back. And then the Soul Scryer is going to try and cast Pressure of the Deep onto your Witch Elves. And I'll get that off with a 12.
Nothing I can do about that. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 20 dice here. It's gonna be 5-up mortal wounds.
Oh.
So it'll be 6 mortal wounds in total.
All right, so we get our 6-up ward, and we save none.
And then we're gonna declare the Swift Tide, giving me run and charge, run and shoot this round, and that's it for my hero phase.
So Krathuza will get D3 ritual points in your turn. She will get 1. I will spend a CP to rally the Sisters of Slaughter down there. So 6 dice. We only get 2 back.
All right, then into movement. And that's going to be my movement.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shoot the Achillean King, and we're re-rolling any fails. You have 3 saves minus 2.
So from 3s to 5s, we save 1.
All right, that's 6 damage.
You perfectly kill him to the wound. A disappointing loss, but then we're just gonna jump into charges, and we're gonna go with this unit of Ishlandard. They'll not make it in because they'll roll Snake Eyes, and I'm not going to re-roll that. So then we'll go with the Achillean King in the center, and they'll get in on an 8. And then the King will do its Impact Mortals into your Witch Elves for 2 mortal wounds, and I do get the extra rend.
2 go down.
And that's all my charging.
Okay, so I have some start of combat phase abilities. So I do believe these Witch Elves are, they're Holy Within, so on a 3-up, they'll get an extra attack each. They do.
And then into combat, I'm going to lead off with these Thralls, putting all their attacks into your Witches, and I am +1 to wound from the Eidolon and an additional rend from the Achillean King. And they'll get 18 attacks through at rend 3.
All right, well, that just goes straight through. 6 ups, I see lots of 6s. We don't see enough, so that'll definitely get the unit.
The Sisters of Slaughter fight next and manage to take out the last few Reavers and 2 more Thralls before they're slain.
And then because all the Sisters and Witches in combat are slain, we're gonna pile in with the Achillean King just to tag your Cauldron of Blood and see if we can do some damage.
All right.
So we'll be on 3s and 3s. Not a good start. 1 through at rend 2 for 3 damage, and then we'll have the Mount, 2 more damage.
And 6s, save 1, take 1 more, 4 total. So the Cauldron of Blood's gonna attack back. 3 saves minus 2.
3s to 5s, all go through.
3 damage each.
Yeah, so the King's going down quickly.
Uh-oh.
And then at the end of the turn, I am going to try and bring some Reavers and Thralls back with my Soul Render. So the Thralls first, nope. And then the Reavers, they will get 3. All right, so that's going to wrap up Deepkin turn 2. And we lost both of our Achillean Kings on the turn. Obviously, they're just so squishy with 7 wounds. It's a little heartbreaking. I knew going in at the end into the Cauldron was not a wise decision, but we just wanted to try and do some damage, show off a little bit if we could. We had the +1 rend buff off from himself, and then also +1 to wound from the Eidolon. So we were in a pretty good spot. But again, yeah, just didn't do much on my turn and then got clapped back. So it wasn't a good decision in the end, but we had to try.
For sure.
And having one of my units of Reavers live and go back up to 6 is pretty notable. And for storing, I will store hold 1, hold 2, and hold more for 10 points on primary. And then with my Thralls out of combat, they will actually secure the Attune to Gairan first one of basically seize the center. So I will get 5 points for that for a 15-point turn. So we're in a decent spot, depending on the turn. Obviously, we potentially have High Tide next round, but here it doesn't last the whole round anymore. So I'm not near as comfortable as I would be on a turn 3. So,
yeah, this could definitely go either way. So.
Yeah, Joe, let's go into priority.
Right.
Round 3.
A 4.
That's a 3 for me.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take the turn, otherwise I'm gonna get clobbered by all these Thralls. So we're gonna go into Daughters of Khaine, turn 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Underdog ability, and we will select Propagation again. I will choose these 2 objectives and cross over, so we'll hit Krathuza and the Bloodwrack Shrine. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with some spells again. Okay, so the Bloodwrack Shrine is going to try to cast Mind Razor on the Witch Elves. Not with a 4. Okay, so for her second spell, she's going to go ahead and try Doomfire on your larger unit of thralls. So this goes off on a 7. That will be a 7 where she gets the +1.
Try to unbind it. No, you got it.
All right. So we're going to inflict D6 mortal wounds on that unit for big 6.
Ouch.
All right, Khaine is going to pray. She's going to use the Universal Prayer for D6 ritual points. It'll bring her to a total of 6 right now. And then she's going to try to pray for Sacrament of Blood. 5, so that will be a 6, so that will be 12. That will super pray again, and this unit of Sisters of Slaughter will act as though they're in battle round 5 for their Blood Rights ability. Okay, and from the Cauldron of Blood, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try for Martyr Sacrifice on the same unit of Witch Elves. They get a 4, so it does go off. So anytime you kill one of them now, they'll get to try to put some mortal wounds back into you. I'm going to spend 1 CP to rally that unit of Sisters of Slaughter back there. And we get 5 back. So Jordan, that's the end of my hero phase.
And I will spend a command point here for magical intervention with my Soul Scryer. And he's going to try and cast Pressure of the Deep onto your witches, your witch elves. And I'm going to fail that. But then I will spend a command point to rally back the unit of thralls again. And we just get 1 back.
I'm going to move on to movement. So I am going to spend a CG to auto run them. Okay, Jordan, so that's the end of my movement phase. All right, so I'll move into shooting. So I'm going to shoot into the large unit of thralls. I am going to spend a CP to all-out attack. 4 saves at -2. Casual 12 damage.
Ouch.
So I'm going to go into charges. The Witch Elves. 10 will get them everywhere that they want to go.
Joe, I feel like I need to make some big moves, so I'm going to spend my last 2 command points for a counter charge. But I'm going to go for a big 9 with the Eidolon of the Storm.
All right.
We get an 8.
Oh no. Okay, so start of combat abilities. I will be doing Orgy of Slaughter on this unit of Witch Elves on a 3-up for an extra attack. They do, so they will have 100 attacks. And I will also go ahead and spend a CP to do their once per game all-out slaughter, so they'll get to fight twice.
And then the Ishlian would get the chance to reduce your attacks on the Sisters of Slaughter by 1, but they fail it.
The witches split their attacks, taking out both the unit of 13 thralls and the 6 reavers. The Ishlin Guard then bring down 4 Sisters of Slaughter and suffer 3 wounds in return. The witches in the center then take their chance to fight again and wipe out the last of the Namarti.
Okay, so that was a really, really good turn for me. Definitely glad I took that and didn't give it away. Did lots of work, cleared the rest of the thralls and the reavers. Was just a little too short. I was hoping to get your Eidolon, but yeah, you were just a little too far away. Only getting 5 into him with a 3-up save, I just didn't think was worth it. So we just committed to the thralls. Really happy with that there. Pretty solid turn, so I will have 1-2 more. So I currently control 5 objectives, and then I do get my battle tactic for Wrathful Cycles because I do control more objectives than you. That's the only one I'll be scoring so far, so that'll be a 15-point.
Yeah, so that'll pull you ahead, but we're obviously still going into my turn this round. We've lost lots on both sides, but we definitely got to make a statement here and try to level the playing field. So Joe, let's head into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 3.
All right.
All right, so we got lots of work to do, and I'm going to start off by having the Soul Scryer cast Steed of Tides onto the Soul Render. That'll go off on a 6.
Bloodrack Shrine will try to unbind. No, with an 8.
And then I'm going to sadly declare the High Tide or Seas Embrace Tide, giving me strikes first on my turn only. But that's it for the hero phase.
So Khaine will get D3 ritual points for 1.
All right, into movement. And that's all my movement.
Okay, so I'm going to spend my last CP, and I'm going to covering fire into the Eidolon, 4s and 3s due to the debuff. We have 1 at -2.
We save it.
All right.
And then into charges, we'll go with the Ishlayan Dart first. Get in with a 4.
All right, so my start of combat ability, we're going to go ahead and try to give them an extra attack on a 3-up. They do, so they'll be at 100 attacks again as a full unit.
And into combat, we will fight first with the Eidolon. I have no CP, so we're just swinging for the fences, and it's going to put all its attacks into your witches. That'll be 4 attacks at Rend 2 for 12 damage.
All right, so we have a 5-up ward right now. Okay, so we lose 10. 5-ups are mortal wounds back into the Eidolon. Just 1.
And I will suffer it.
After the Eidolon attacks, the Soul Render brings down 6 more witches, and the Soul Scryer finishes off the last 4. Then on the left flank, the Ishlayan take out 3 of the Keenerai, while the Ishlayan on the right bring down all the Sisters of Slaughter.
All right, that'll wrap up Deepkin turn 3, and besides missing the teleport, it was really as good as I could have hoped for. The teleport would have stored me an extra 2 points here. I will get hold 1 and hold 2 for 8 points on primary, but that extra 10 just would have been nice. So that'll put me up to 33 points, so I will be ahead 2. But yeah, obviously every point matters, so missing that teleport was a little unfortunate, but again, we did well enough on the flanks, and throwing in the extra heroes because of the strike first helped me finish off those witches. I think those 2 little heroes did as much as the big guy. So yeah, that was big. But Joe, it looks like we're just gonna be strapping for points till the end. So
absolutely.
Let's go priority for round 4.
6.
You win it.
So I'll have to take it here. So we're gonna go into Daughters of Khaine, turn 4. Okay, Jordan, so to start off, my Blood Shrine is going to try to cast Mind Razor on the Cauldron of Blood. So I am still going to use the Underdog mechanic. I'm going to choose these 2, so I will get +1 to my casting rolls with a 10.
We'll try to unbind it, but you got it.
All right, so we are +1 rend and +1 damage. And then for her second spell, she's going to try for Doomfire, and she's going to target your Eidolon. This goes off on a 7. It goes off with an 8, so that's D3 mortals for 2.
We got wards. We'll ward 1.
Krethuza is going to use the Universal Prayer for ritual points, so she will get 6. And then she's going to try to go for her Blood Ritual, which is her specific prayer. Fails, unfortunately, on a 1. And then the Cauldron of Blood will pray for Sacrament of Blood. Nope, it does not go off, so she will bank those 3 points. All right, Jordan, that's the end of my hero phase.
And then I will spend a command point here for Magical Intervention, and I'm going to try and cast Steed of Tides onto the Soul Scryer. We're going to get that off on a 6.
I will try to unbind with the Bloodwrack Shrine with an 11.
Rude. And then I might as well spend a command point to rally my Eidolon, and we'll heal it up to full.
Nice. All right, well, I'll move on to the movement. I'm going to spend a CP to bring back half a unit of Witch Elves. Okay, Jordan, that's going to be the end of my movement.
I am going to spend a command point to redeploy my Eidolon for 2.
All right. All right, so on to shooting. Go ahead and target the Eidolon. We're going to spend a CP to attack. You have 3 saves at -2.
3s to 5s. They all go through.
All right, so that'll be 9 damage total.
Wards. We make 4, take 5.
So we'll move into charges. We'll go with the Cauldron of Blood. 9 will do it. Impact hits on a 2-up D3 mortals for 2 mortals.
We'll ward 1.
And the Bloodwrack Shrine. Oh, I will spend a CP to reroll. And do a 6. I think that'll do it. I'll put the Impact Mortals into the Soul Scryer for 3.
He's got 1 health left.
All right. So that's the end of my charges. Anything for yourself, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make your Cauldron of Blood strike last from the rampage on the Eidolon. It will.
It will, okay.
And at the start of combat, the Eidolon will use his Merciless Raider heroic trait. There's a unit within 6 that's damaged, so he can make a 6-inch move, which he's just gonna do to keep him safe from your Bloodwrack Shrine.
Makes sense.
And then we'll see if the Ishland Guard make you -1 attack. They do.
They do, all right. So that's fighting last. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Khaine over in the corner. 1 save at -1.
Goes through.
1 damage. And my D6 move for 1. So that should pull them out of combat now.
And then I'll activate the Soul Render and put all his attacks into your Cauldron of Blood.
The Soul Render deals 6 damage to the Cauldron of Blood. Then the Bloodwrack Shrine takes out the Soul Scryer.
All right, then it comes down to the Eidolon fighting for his life.
Yep.
I am going to spend the command point here for all-out attack.
I will all out defense.
We need to take down this Cauldron. So I'll be on 2s and 2s now.
Okay.
3 1s. Not a good start. 3 at Ren 2.
Okay, so I'll be on 5 since I'm all out defensed. Save 1, take 2 damage.
2 each.
2 each. 6s. Save 1, take 3. You kill him right to the wound.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that close.
Yeah, it was that close. Oh yeah, that was huge. Okay, so on my turn, I should score 1, 2, and more. Yeah, so that should just be a 10-point turn for me. Unfortunately, I did not get any battle tactics. Just a little short here.
We've pretty much just thrown them to the wind and just been scrapping.
Scrapping. Yeah, absolutely. So that'll just be a 10-point turn for me.
All right, yeah, we still are afloat, and I guess that'll send us into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 4.
Let's do it.
All right, I wanted to keep myself open with the tides for a potential teleport, but you blocked me off, so I'm just going to go for the Concealing Tide again, so restarting the Tides of the Sea, so -1 hit. And I have no CP, so that's all for my hero phase.
In your turn, Cthulhu will get D3 ritual points for 1.
And then I'm going to get into movement, and I'll start by trying to retreat my Soul Render, who will suffer 2 mortal wounds and perish.
Oh no.
So that's all my movement, and I have no shooting.
Okay, so I will spend my last CP to try to shoot you one more time. Let's see if she can seal the deal and get a clap back here. 2 saves, -2.
5s, I save 1.
All right, 3 damage.
We don't ward any, so it's up to 9 taken. And then we're just gonna get into charges, and we'll go with the Eidolon first. Makes it 10. And let's see if we can reduce any attacks on the left side. We do not, but on the right side, the 5 Khaine, we do not there either. But then into combat, I'm going to have to start off with the Eidolon, putting all the attacks into your witches. So we're on 3s and 2s. That'll be 5 at Ren 2 for 15 damage.
All right, so we have 5 upwards. Come on, big 6s. Unfortunately, not enough. You will take him out.
Next, the 5 Khaine attack and bring down an Ishland Guard, then lose 2 of their own, while the other Khaine are entirely wiped out.
And that's to wrap up Deepkin turn 4, and it was a valiant effort.
Yeah.
Again, besides my Soul Render dying, that didn't end up being the biggest deal. I had to push that side. Because the wounds on my Eidolon meant I had to fight there first into the witches, which obviously, well not obviously, but I did manage to clear them out. But it meant you finish off Neil over here, and that's the difference between, even if I didn't do any more damage, those would have been another body and taken me that objective.
Absolutely, yeah.
So with that being the case, I will only score 8 points, which will put me up to 41 and leave us tied going into round 5 and priority here. So let's go for it.
3, 4.
4. And I just got to take the turn here and do what I can to store and deny points. So Joe will head into Idoneth Deepkin turn 5.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna spend a command point to rally my Eidolon first. And we'll heal 3 wounds. All right, then into movement. And Joe, that's gonna be my movement.
Yeah, so I'll redeploy these Khaine. Start a big 1. All right, I will spend a CP to shoot you with the Blood Shrine. Nothing to save, sir.
All right, I can't complain about that. So that'll just send us into combat. I'm gonna try and reduce your attacks over here with the Khaine. I will. And then we're just putting all our attacks into the Khaine. 3 at rend 1 from the riders.
All right, so we will be on 5s. We're all defensed. Save 2.
And then the mounts will have 2 at rend 1.
Save 1, take 1.
For 3 damage.
6s. So you will kill 2.
Yeah, 4 damage total.
And I will attack back with the champ. This will be 2s and 3s. Nothing. Oh, and then it moves d6 for 1.
All right, that's going to wrap up my turn 5 with Deepkin. I was, again, just trying to do what I can for scoring, which is big because I will take that objective. Did enough there. Would have liked to finish off that last Khaine, so that's a little bit annoying. But I will hold 1, 2, and more for 10 points on primary. Again, not really any tactic options, and I was then just thinking about trying to deny that from you as well, Joe.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it all ends up as we jump into Daughters of Khaine turn 5.
All right, let's do it. So for the first spell from the Blood Shrine, we're going to try to go Steed of Shadows on Krethuza with an 11. And then, so she's going to try to cast Mind Razor on herself with a 9. Okay, Krethuza is going to go for her Blood Ritual. All right, so it does go off. And then for her last one, she's just going to go ahead and try for the Iron Heart of Khaine on a 5-up. So that's +1, so actually she will get that. So that's the end of my hero phase. Jordan, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I will spend a command point here to rally my Eidolon. And we'll heal 2 wounds.
All right, on to movement. So I'm going to spend my last CP to auto-run my Khaine just to get her on that objective for sure.
And then I am going to spend a command point to redeploy my Eidolon for a 3.
So for shooting, I'm going to go ahead and target the Eidolon. You have 3 saves -2.
5s, 2 go through, wards. We'll ward 2, take 4, up to 8 taken.
Okay, and so we're going to go ahead with the big one here, the Khaine. Let's go. 7 is not going to do it, I'm afraid. And then we'll go with the Blood Shrine. With an 8 is also not going to do it. And Krethuza is not going to bother because they can take that point. And she's not going to seal the deal herself, unfortunately. All right, so that's it. No more movement here. So that'll just be a 10-point turn there. Yeah,
because you do take the center with the 2 of them. Well, it doesn't matter, I moved off of it, but you have more.
Yes.
So Joe, that's just score you 10 points, leave us tied at 51 at the bottom of round 5. Goodness. And then for tiebreakers, we both sadly just scored 1 battle tactic each this game. Neither of us could do the easiest one in Scouting Force at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will be a legitimate final tie. First one of the edition, or the GHB.
Wild. This is a hard fought one. It swung back in both directions hard in the first couple rounds. So you were looking real pretty in the beginning, and then I had a big round, and I thought I was sitting pretty, and then things didn't go to plan.
Yeah, now we just scraped points at the end.
Absolutely. Just tried to stay out of each other's hair, more or less. So yeah, for sure. Well, Jordan, this was a fantastic game.
Yeah, and I just want to know too, I think you still at the end had a shot for victory if you had made a couple charges.
Yeah.
So that's where I gave up the objective, just not wanting you to get the fights in.
Yeah, I would have had to at least get 2 fights in order to take it. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough scouting units at the end to try to get anything for that. So unfortunately, that was kind of the downfall there. If I had planned it out a little bit better, I probably should have been able to sneak at least one of those in.
We both
could have.
We were just, it's funny though, because both of our armies are like just big blobs for our hammers.
Yeah.
And they were just stuck fighting each other in the middle and never really got over it too much. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, this is an incredible game though, and thanks for having me. And
yeah, it was a blast. Yeah, absolute blast. A wild one to come down to a tie. As you said, it was looking dicey on both sides at times.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we'll wrap things up there, guys. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. Obviously, a new look at the Deepkin. So lots to explore still with this book. And if it was up to me, I'd play these guys every day for a while. But but yeah, we'll call things there and say a big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.